Hi, if you're now just finding my channel, congratulations. Hi, I basically talk about BTS in relation to the law of assumption most of the time. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe. So let's talk about BTS and how they're basically able to get anything they want. Because basically, it's just aimless. If you don't already know, the law of assumption is the idea that whatever you assume to be true, you eventually create. So the term was coined by Neville Goddard, who popularized it. Also, Neville Goddard is from Barbados, and I'm from Jamaica, so Caribbean things. But yeah, people have talked about it before, but he popularized it. He made it more popular, he made it more known. And in recent years, Sammy Ingram has made it even more popular, specifically in relation to robotic affirming, which I've talked about before. The thing about the law of assumption is that you don't have to believe it. It's just happening anyways, because it's based off assumption. So you don't even have to know about it for it to work for you, because it's just naturally occurring. When BTS just started, they were rookies. Everyone doubted them. But you know what they did? They assumed that they would be legends. Eventually. And I have talked about this so many times, almost in all of the videos. They assumed that they would be legends. They assumed that their story mattered. And they assumed that their music would reach millions globally. And you know what makes the law of assumption work even faster? It's extreme focus on your goal. And even when you're living your life, it's still in the back of your mind, like playing on autopilot. And that is why robotic affirming is talked about so heavily. Because, life happens. But extreme focus on your goal helps you to achieve it faster. Back in the day, BTS literally talked about their fans like there were millions already there. Like they were already selling out stadiums. And we need to take notes, because here's the truth. If you assume failure, you'll see proof of failure. If you assume success, you'll start to see doors opening. And that's not delusion, it's direction. The law of assumption works because your brain starts filtering reality to match what you have decided. BTS assumed that they were worthy of being the biggest group in the world. And they acted like it, they sang like it, they trained like it, and they spoke like it, until the world had no other choice but to agree. So ARMY, assume that the best version of yourself is already real. Not someday, no. Assume you're talented. Assume you're loved. Assume that you're capable of reaching your dream. Then show up like that's the truth, because that is the truth. And that's all BTS wants for us. And they show that to us through their lyrics, their message, their care. So the law of assumption isn't about pretending per se. It's about embodying the version of yourself that has your goal. And please note, you need to hold that state of embodiment for long enough to see changes. And then, how long? Don't worry about that, because you have your desire already, right? If it could work for BTS on such a large scale and they're probably not even aware of it, it can work for you.